Aha. Okay, the question was, I have not questioned the man said, but only the answers. Okay, if
yes.
some...
Yes, the thing is for the following. Those experiments are circulating the internet for about 20 years. And actually I'm using it with my students in the physics class to give them some basic understanding of energy transmission. And this is a classical example of how people sometimes get confused how things work. The interesting thing is the energy is not transmitted between the both coils in the free space. Actually, the energy is transferred by the common ground, or to be exact, the electrical field traversing along the ground. If you cut the wire, or if you're using the real Earth, it won't work because both coils are no longer in resonance. I asked you about the pointing vector because if you would have expanded the simulation to contain the whole Earth and the complete connection, then you would have seen that there is a pointing vector along the common ground, and the energy is transferred by the ground or the wire. So it's not really wireless transfer. You have just replaced two wires by a single wire, where energy is pushed between both coils forth and back. And if you take out some energy from one of the coils, the energy will replenish from the other coil, and there is always a push and back between both coils and the wire, which creates the energy transfer. It's nothing completely new. It has been long known. It can be perfectly calculated in Maxwell equations. So I have to give you a small sort of damper here, because it's really known. You can fully describe it in the classical theory.
I have tried with the Earth here, and it works. Normal Earth, not only normal Earth, you can have objects like chairs or tables that you can connect instead of the ground, and it will work. So this can be explained as well, but I mean, cutting the wire is not enough to stop this transfer. You know, I tried that. This is no problem, but only the results are weaker, and it doesn't work so bright, but it works at some level, you know. This, I guess, this is not only connecting to the wire, because I have really connected to the massive ground. This central heating device is actually even grounded. It goes to all the house. It could be simulated to the Earth. Well, Tesla, in his original document, said that the frequency that I'm using, about 1 megahertz or somewhere below, is not good for energy transfer through the Earth, because Earth has some properties. And there are, in his text, I can even show this, I have on that one, that is a real frequency range that Earth will be really used without losses, about 10 to 25 or 50 kilohertz. Above of that, the losses are too large and significant to the power transfer. In that case, we would have to build greater or bigger device to achieve 25 kilohertz. To my calculation, I need about 10 meters of this bottle. This one would be in the range that Earth will be nearly insignificantly losing our power. So I think I can even go to original text and do it somewhere here. Let's see.
Sorry to say that, but that was not Tesla's invention. Tesla had not one single invention at all. He was a strawman. This was a strawman, but counter Reichenbach. Yes, of course. The problem is the main problem is.
If you have a question, please ask a microphone. There's one in the middle, and the other one is with me. So if people can please keep some space free.
The main problem is, I made this mistake too. We are talking about electrical energy, and this wireless transmission is not planned for electrical energy. Count Reichenbach had the discovery of Schauberger named the atomic energy of the first order, called the odd energy. So odyllic energy has nothing in common with electrical energy. Yes, that's true. That's no joke. The main concept of the Tower of Wardenclyffe are the 90-meter depth Earth anchors. The Earth anchors are better known as the Earth batteries. Nutt and Stubblefield had something similar, or Edgar Cayce had copied that concept. They are cooled down by the liquid air, and the odyllic energy is exaggerated by the Tesla coil. The Tesla coil and the capacitors are producing electric energy. That's right, but the electric energy is not the energy that is transmitted. The energy form is just needed to generate the odyllic energy, and that is transmitted wireless and can demodulate it at the point into electric energy again. The concept by Ryszkowski, another one researcher who had copied Reichenbach ideas, calls this energy form etheroid, the etheroid energy. He had similar concepts of that. Tesla was a high-rank Freemason from the 33 degrees, yes. And not even that, he was from a 99er, he was from a 99er society. The main time Tesla joined the Virtual Geographic Leagues. This was Tesla's baby. His main sponsor was Howard Hughes, called the Aviator. And even if the laughers here around think that is funny, I got Tesla's legacy, and I know that very well. It's no problem. Next year we can make a photo session and I show what Tesla had really done. And this is not funny. These pictures are real.
All right, I think I only viewed Tesla in terms of what I can go and reach from the internet. So I collected only the available information normally, publicly, and I made the replication of the experiment that works. I guess probably some of this knowledge should have been known somewhere before, and these types of I cannot speak about different types of energy because I don't know, but that could be some implication. Then this thing doesn't use normal laws of physics that we are accustomed to use here. Tesla speaks about speeds greater than light. And it is about, even on display, it takes about 800,000 kilometers per second. This is superluminal transfer. And I have done some calculation about the refraction index and the symmetry of the fields, which can lead to explain us to that. But okay, this is just mathematical explanation of mine. It doesn't...
Sorry, but I think this is a typical example of that the internet produces more nonsense than you can fight against if you are a physicist or a radio amateur, and I'm both. So I think the misguiding thing is that you only think that radio waves are waves which are transmitting, but in the near field you have also other things like quadrupole and octupole waves, which are completely included in the multiple development of the Maxwell equations. And you can see this effect in on any big radio transmitter in a few hundred meters. So if you go to one of these stations and you see it, and it has nothing to do with electric currents through the ground. The only thing why you need a ground is because you extend a ground plane antenna by mirroring the electric charge in a good ground, and then you have a dipole antenna. And that's the only thing, and then you can apply the dipole approach. The other thing, I would go to a normal library, go for a good textbook like Maxwell's Classical Electrodynamics, read the first chapters, or would go to a friend who is a radio amateur and let him explain it. But it has nothing to do with all this esoteric stuff. This is pure nonsense.
No, it's not esoteric. I just wanted to show you that this near field that you are talking about is not only in the vicinity of the antenna, but surrounds in all the space if you use a correct antenna. So this one is a resonant antenna, and it